I want to talk, before we do the meditation, just a little bit about some essential principles of meditation. And understanding these will really help guide you in your practice. And the key word in this meditation is natural. It's natural because nature does it. Nature conducts the meditation, which means if nature's doing it, then it can be effortless from our side. If we have to make an effort, then we're doing it, and it's not entirely natural. Then it's got a little bit of man-made aspect in it. What we want to actually do is have it be as natural as possible. And in fact, this is so important that I would say it's the most important principle of successful meditation. I was thinking he's been too quiet. There's different laws of nature, okay, obviously. We have the law of gravity. Okay, I don't have to push this Om sign down to the ground. All I have to do is let go, and it falls, thanks to the force of gravity, right? That law of nature. So, likewise, there is a law of nature functioning in the mind that will conduct the meditation for us if we just allow it to, if we put ourselves in the hands of that law of nature. So with the mind, the law of nature, which is really virtually the equivalent of the law of gravity, which is so basic and fundamental to the physical universe, the law of gravity for the mind is that the mind is always attracted towards more happiness, towards more charm, pleasure. It's just very spontaneous. And in fact, it underlies almost all human endeavors. You know, our whole life is spent wanting the job that'll give us greater happiness, the partner that will make us feel wonderful. We try to work out problems with our partner to make us, so we can come to a state of happiness. The latest gadgets, the sailboat, whatever, the nice house, all of these are motivated by this deep tendency of the mind to go towards more happiness. So whereas in many traditional forms of meditation, there's this idea that the mind is this monkey that's randomly going from one thought to another, jumping from limb to limb crazily, and you have this crazy monkey mind that you have to somehow control. This is actually a very counterproductive paradigm, because what it does is it does try to get you to control your thoughts, to control your mind. And as soon as you do that, what's going to happen? You're making an effort. You're sustaining the waking state. You're disallowing nature to take over. So rather than think of the mind as this crazy monkey mind, think of it as like a bumblebee. It's not randomly going from limb to limb. It's searching for the nectar. It's looking for more nectar. If it finds some nectar, it's going to stay with that for a while. So where is the nectar in meditation that draws us within? In that stillness, in that inner peace and silence, it is pleasant. There's something just that feels good about it, okay? And I'll tell you what that is. It's an aspect of ananda. Ananda is bliss. In India, what they call this pure awareness, they have a term for it. They have many terms for it, but one term is Sat Chidananda, okay? Sat means a couple of things. It can mean just being, or it can mean truth. So in both of these apply. You're in a state of being, not doing. When you're settled into that state of pure awareness, you're just being. It's just a state of pure existence. There's not any doing. Then also, it's the state of truth, like the truth of your nature. You're no longer caught in this false identification with the body, or with the mind, or with thoughts, or feelings, or with various sufferings or anxieties. You're not caught in those, bound up in that identification with these things. You're actually abiding in the truth of your essence. That's who you really are, in your innermost nature. So it's got that truth aspect. Then chit, sat chit. Chit is consciousness. It just means consciousness. We've talked about that, so you got that. And then ananda is bliss. Okay, so And what happens is the mind enjoys that experience of its own creative intelligence. And as we go to these deeper levels, there's more creative intelligence, more creative intelligence. I mean, this is where all thoughts arise from, is the field of awareness. And so till finally you just dissolve into pure awareness, and it's infinite creative intelligence. It's Sat Chit Ananda. It's completely full. And the mind is just full of that peace and that bliss. So that's what draws the mind in naturally, is the bliss of pure awareness.